Thanksgiving week, fans! So guess what? On Cooking with Keith, we've got some great recipe for you to cook with some leftover turkey. But in order for to do this, we're bringing out a special chef, Michelle Oshinski, our Chief Marketing Officer. So this is actually Michelle's recipe. So when I was throwing around ideas of what we could do, she was like, I've got the perfect thing. So what are you making today, Michelle?
So we are making turkey picadillo today, and it's a sweet and savory way to use your leftover turkey.
This sounds delicious.
It's really simple.
Because let's face it, you're tired of turkey sandwiches, you want something different. This looks super simple with just a few ingredients that most of the stuff you probably have at your house, right? So just, if you're at the grocery store and you don't have it, you're buying your groceries for Thanksgiving week, just pick up a couple extra things and you've got it. So let's see, this is everything we need. So Lori, come close and I'll tell you everything you need. So first of all, you're gonna need 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 cloves of minced garlic, a cup of chopped red onion. We're using red, but you can use any kind of onion, right, Michelle?
Correct.
Okay, so you would say like you could use a yellow or a white, just kind of depends on if you want a little sweetness, you'd maybe use a red onion, perfect. So we also need a pound of leftover turkey. Got the turkey, that's the most important part. Now you have just turkey breast here, right? But you can also use like the dark meat, you can use the wing, the thigh, the drumstick.
That's typically what I use.
Okay, perfect. We're using just white turkey breast here. You also need 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/8 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a teaspoon of ground chili powder, a teaspoon of ground coriander, a teaspoon of ground cumin, 1/2 cup of chicken broth, a can of diced tomatoes. We're using 2 tablespoons of smoked chipotle. But if you don't like that smoky flavor, you can also use any other kind of pepper, right?
Yes, you can use jalapeno or any pepper you want. The only thing I would recommend is that you stay with the actual canned.
Okay.
Because this is such a quick recipe and it doesn't take much time. But part of the goodness in the recipe is that soft pepper that will blend
So you don't have to
well.
spend the time softening the pepper by cooking it. If you
Right.
you speed up the process by already using the canned soft peppers. So that's a great tip from Michelle. See, this is why we picked her for the recipe. So just to finish off the ingredients, you need 1/2 cup of raisins, a cup of black beans. Now this is optional also too, right? You really love that black bean protein flavor that you get from it, but you don't have to use this.
Correct.
What would you use instead?
You could use rice. You can eat it by itself and just sprinkle tortilla chips on the top. It's great either way. I just happen to love the black bean addition.
I agree with Michelle. I love black beans too, so I'm glad we added that. And just to finish off the ingredients, you're gonna need some slivered almonds, and that's just to top it off at the very end, correct?
That just makes it look pretty.
All right, you got it. If it looks good, it tastes good, it feels good, it's gonna give you those warm and fuzzies. So we're gonna put the ingredients in the link below so you can see all the ingredients down below, or you can replay the first part of this video. So let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna do is measure out the olive oil. I'm gonna be all Rachel Ray here and just the EVOO. I'm not even gonna use this. I'm just gonna go, let's see, that looks like 1 tablespoon and 2 tablespoons right there. All right.
Folks, if this doesn't turn out well, blame Pete.
Yeah, you can totally blame me, but I promise, I've watched enough Rachel Ray to know. All right, so we're gonna add the onions. Oh, it's gonna start smelling good, I can already tell. All right, so we're just gonna get this mixed up in here and get it sauteing.
And the key is just to saute until it starts getting soft. You really don't have to cook this for a long time.
All right, so she just said we don't have to cook it long, so just for the sake of time, we already have one made that we're gonna show you guys in a little bit, so we're just gonna add the other ingredients in here just so you can kind of see what it looks like all mixed up together. So we're gonna pretend like we sauteed this for a couple of minutes. So the next thing we're gonna do is add the turkey. So we'll just take the turkey and put it in there. There we go. God, it smells so good. I wish you had smell-o-vision because this is like just the onions and garlic together. That's one of my favorite flavors anyway, is getting all that mixed in together. So we're gonna just heat this up,
And
mix
now
it
you
up.
start.
And now we're just gonna start dumping all the ingredients. We got the salt, we got the cinnamon, we got the chili powder, oh my gosh, that cinnamon mixed in with this. I can't believe this is so good. You guys, you're gonna wanna make this, trust me. And then now we also add the cumin in there. So we're gonna just take a second. Ooh, be careful, the pan's hot. So mix all this up. Now while I'm mixing this up, I'm gonna ask Michelle to get the 1/2 cup of chicken broth ready for us. And you can see, like, it does not take long. Now we're using, you're supposed to do this in a skillet, but what we're using is, we don't have a skillet here at the credit union, so we're using this awesome Ninja cooker to get all of this stuff cooked up together for it. So now we're gonna just dump in the 1/2 cup of chicken broth. Get that all mixed up in there. All right. Now I'll get Michelle to add the tomatoes next. And you don't drain the tomatoes, right? You just dump the whole can in there.
Yep. Makes it very easy.
All right, so we're gonna let this heat up for a little bit. And she's getting her tablespoon ready for the 2 tablespoons of smoked chipotles. Remember, you don't have to use the chipotles. You can use jalapeno, you can use any other pepper that you like. Just make sure that they're soft, because that's what's gonna help speed up the process of cooking all of this.
Correct. If
And
you
I
like
like
it spicy, you can add some more. I tend to like it a little spicy.
Ooh, look at her. She's already changing the recipe. She's going for 3 tablespoons. She's crazy.
Keith went all Rachel Ray, so.
She's going all Guy Fieri. Like we've got the whole Flavor Town going on right now. All right, so we get all that mixed up really nice, and then I'll have Michelle add the raisins. And the raisins give it just like a little sweet flavor to it too, right? This is the sweet and savory to it. It kind of balances out the smokiness of the chipotle and the smoky flavor from the cumin too. It'll kind of mix that. That and the cinnamon really will make this like give it a little hint of sweetness, I think, that you may like.
But not too much,
Yeah.
and that's the key. And then the next thing, this you don't have to use the black beans. You can use rice, or you can just take it as is with tortillas. But I love the black beans.
All right, now you don't drain the black bean
I
juice
do
either.
not.
So you're supposed to cook this for about 10 to 15 minutes once everything is mixed together. For the sake of time, we don't have that time to do that. But I think by cooking it that long, some of the juice gets evaporated from it, and it kind of thickens it up a little bit too. So
It does.
you may see, like, I'll get Lori to come just show us what it all looks like, and you can kind of see it's a little watery right now. But like Michelle and I were saying, if you cook it for the time that you're supposed to cook it, it'll evaporate some of that liquid and thicken it up just a little bit too. So now, do you bake it or anything, or do you?
Nope.
You can serve it straight from here. Do you suggest doing the slivered almonds individually, or just on top, or?
Honestly, 15 minutes, serve the bowls. If you want almonds on top, just put a few on top and that's it. If you're not a nut or an almond fan, leave them off.
Perfect. Well, I mean, you can take my word for it, and you can take Michelle's word for it, but I think, we're a little biased. We already know this is gonna look good. So follow me over this way. We have already made some to test out. And we have Jakaya. Jakaya is our project lead here at Primeway Federal Credit Union, and she said that she loves turkey, and she loves white beans, and she loves all of this stuff, so she wanted to give it a try. So Jakaya, thank you so much for agreeing to taste this for us. All right, so we got you a little serving here. And you can see that we just sprinkled the slivered almonds on top before we served it. And now Jakaya, give it a try and tell us what you think.
I really like the cinnamon. It really gives it like a Christmas, Thanksgiving vibe. This is really good.
I mean, you heard it here, guys. Like, she tasted the guacamole, she loved it. She's tasted the turkey picadillo, she's loved it. Like, she's like Mikey. Mikey likes it. Jakaya likes it. So, guys, it's that easy. You don't know what you need to do with the Thanksgiving leftovers. Michelle, thank you so much for coming by and sharing this recipe with us. We've got plenty here that we're gonna let cook. We've got some over there. I think we're gonna have an office party today. And happy Thanksgiving. And if you have any leftover recipes that you guys like, that you always make for your family, comment below and share them with us. We'd love to hear what you do with your Thanksgiving leftovers. Happy Thanksgiving from Primeway Federal Credit Union.